I will take myself on a walk today.
Welcome to Mother Goose. We're glad you're joining us again today. I'm Joanne Chris.
And I'm Sharon Crabb. Let's take a peek in our basket today and see what Mother Goose and Miss Martha have for us. This is interesting.
I wonder what they're going to do with that today.
I don't know, it's a piece of flannel. Wonder if they're going to sew. Maybe they're going to make pajamas. Not sure what they're going to do with this.
I can hardly wait to see what they're going to do with it. Maybe they'll make puppets.
Maybe they will.
They're always coming up with something interesting, aren't they?
They certainly are, and it's always fun, and things that we can do at home also. Well, let's join Mother Goose and Miss Martha and see exactly what they are going to do with the flannel today.
Welcome, friends at home. We're so glad you could be with us on Mother Goose and Friends. Today, you'll notice that we have our flannel board out again, and we're going to be using that for our nursery rhyme. But sister, before we get started, would you like to introduce our friends here to our friends at home?
I certainly would. We have Faith and Holly and Billy.
I bet there's a lot of you at home that already know this nursery rhyme. It's Jack and Jill.
Oh, hey, are you guys talking about Jack and the Hill incident?
Yeah, we were.
Oh, wow. Because guess what? I was there with them when it happened. In fact, I've even got a Band-Aid to prove it.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, I was wondering, maybe you could have me help you with the nursery rhyme.
Oh, I think that'd be a good idea, Cecil. I'm sure that our friends at home and the children here would love to have you help us.
Yay! And while I'm at it, I can tell you all about how it really happened. Because, see, Jack had the bucket, and we were walking up the hill, and
Whoa, Cecil, let's learn our nursery rhyme.
Oh, yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Okay.
So are you ready, Cecil?
All right, I'm ready, Mother Goose.
Why don't you and I say the whole nursery rhyme once through,
Okay.
and then I'll say one line at a time like we always do, and you and the children, Miss Martha, and our friends at home can all repeat it after me, line by line. Then we'll do it all together at the end. So you ready?
I'm ready.
Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water.
Jack fell down and broke his crown. And Jill came tumbling after.
Perfect. Are we
Okay.
ready to learn it here?
And friends at home, are you ready too? Here we go. Jack and Jill
Jack and Jill
went up the hill
Went
up the hill
to fetch a pail of water.
to fetch a pail of water.
Jack fell down
Jack fell down
and broke his crown.
And broke his crown.
And Jill came
And-
tumbling after.
And Jill came tumbling after.
That's right. So let's all do it together now.
Could we put a few little actions with it too?
Oh, that would be fun. Let's do that, sister.
Friends at home, join us in the actions as you learn them. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. Crown. Crown. Do we need to explain that just a little bit?
What do you mean, Miss Martha?
Breaking our crowns?
Well, the crown is actually at the top of your head.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not a crown like a prince or a princess wears, no.
Well, you know what? This has been lots of fun. But I was just remembering that my mom is waiting for me to help out around the house at home. So I better go.
Well, thanks for stopping by and for helping teach the nursery rhyme.
No problem. It was sure fun. See you later, Miss Martha. Bye, Mother
Bye-bye.
Goose. Bye, kids.
Bye-bye. It's always so much fun when he comes to see us.
It really is.
You remember when we were substituting and changing words in nursery rhymes? Mm-hmm. Like, well, actually, I'll bet that our magic window could help us show some of that.
Yeah, I think we have some examples of when we were playing with words, so let's take a look.
Why don't I get the magic window ready and then we can do that? I think we're ready. Friends at home, are you ready to watch too? Kids, you ready? Let's watch. Okay, Billy. Let's see what you can get out of there. Dig around. A ball, a striped ball. Okay, what are you gonna do? Oh, you get it in your pocket?
All right.
Okay, this time we're gonna do a striped ball.
Okay.
Here we go.
Ring around the rosy, pocket full of striped balls. Ashes, ashes, we all fall down.
Humpty Dumpty sat on a hat. Humpty Dumpty fell on a cat. So what are we putting on in front of the moon? The dog. Okay, here we go.
Hey diddle diddle, the cat and the fiddle, the frog jumped over the dog. The little dog laughed to see such sport, and the dish ran away with a spoon. Well, I was thinking maybe the children would like to practice with the kettle, and some of them could put it on, just like Polly, and somebody could take it off, just like Suki.
Oh, but we'd use the children's names.
Yes, and we'd sing it together.
9, we could change the sound to a ol sound. Then what would we have?
Would it be line?
It would be line. Boy,
Those were some great examples, sister. Now we're ready to have some more fun with words.
Indeed, yes. In fact, that's one of the neat things about nursery rhymes is playing with the words in them. Let's play with some of them out of Jack and Jill. Let's start with Jack.
Okay?
And if we listen carefully, we can hear 3 sounds in the word.
Jack.
That's right, Faith. J, A, K. 3 sounds. Good. Did you hear those sounds, friends at home? Well, now we're going to substitute or change that first sound. We're going to keep the A and the K, but we're going to change the J to a P.
That's fun.
That's a fun sound. Feel the puff of air? So all together now we have P, A, K. And all together it's pack. That's right, we got a brand new one. And what would happen if we kept the A and the K, but this time we put in a T?
T-A-K.
Tack. Good job. You're catching on. Well, you know, all of this hard work and all of this making sounds builds up an appetite for me. How about you guys? Are you getting hungry? Yeah?
Well, and I bet if you all make that sound and rub your tummies, can you do that? That you will be ready for what I have for you in the kitchen. Let's go on over there right now. Friends at home, we learned the poem Jack and Jill today, and going to make our own Jack and Jills. And we start out with a rice cake, and we have a little cream cheese, the soft kind, and if you're not real crazy about cream cheese, you could also use peanut butter. Okay, and then we have some grapes and some tomatoes and raisins and carrots and some cereal, and the children have their choice of making a Jack or a Jill, and they can use any of the materials here, any of the food, to make the faces. So let's get started and use our imaginations. Go ahead and help yourself to the different pieces, and then whatever is left over, I'm going to use to make another one. Here's one we've already made using the carrots and the raisins and a little tomato for the mouth. Oh, look, Billy's using grapes for the eyes and the cereal he's using for the mouth. Okay, and we have 2 grape noses here. Faith is using a grape. And we have cereal eyes. Holly's using cereal for her eyes and also for the big smile. So you can see there's a lot of different ways of putting these together.
Well, I'd say there's definitely no wrong way.
That's exactly right. Friends at home, home, we've really used our imaginations to make our own Jacks and Jills. Let's go ahead and show our friends at home. Can you tilt your plates up just a little bit so that everybody can see? We've got carrot hair and raisin noses and grape noses. So you can see that your imagination really makes it your very own. Well, sister, you know, you've waited very patiently, and I bet that you're real anxious to taste our snack.
I am ready.
All right, so there you are.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. And children, are you ready to taste your snack too? All right.
Good
let's go
morning.
ahead.
Oh, well, hello.
We have another story for you, I think, today.
Well, sure enough, from
yes.
Storyland, USA.
Well, I have a few more deliveries to make, so I'll leave this in your hands, and I'll be on my way.
Well, thank you very much.
And hopefully you have a good day, children. Miss Martha, goodbye.
Bye.
I'll just set it over here.
Okay. Well, friends at home, I can see that the kids are really enjoying their snack. And do you know what, Mother Goose? While you were putting the book away, the children made me an offer that I don't think you and I can refuse. They said that they would finish up their snacks and even clean up while you and I get ready for our craft.
Oh, my goodness. Well, thank you very much, children. That's nice, because we do have some work to do to be ready for today.
We do, and it's always great to have helpers. Friends at home, while the children are finishing up in the kitchen, we hope you'll run and get your big person if they aren't already joining you to watch us now, because we're going to show you how to make a flannel board.
That's right. In many of our programs, we've been using a flannel board to teach the nursery rhyme and to do some other things, but you know, that's kind of a spendy one that we've used there, and I think everyone would enjoy having their own at home, and they can make it very easily.
They certainly can.
Well, here's one that shows Jack and Jill on there already, just like we did earlier, but now we'll take them down and show you how to do it.
You know, we keep talking about flannel boards, but really what we're talking about is a felt board. Oh, years ago we used to use flannel, the kind that you make pajamas with, but it really doesn't work quite as well as the felt. So what you see here is actually felt.
That's right. And what we've used is cardboard. Sometimes you can find really thick cardboard that doesn't bend, but if you're not able to, you can do like we've done here and taken two pieces, cut them the same size, glued them together, and let them sit overnight so that it's good and dry. And you'll notice that we've used the felt, like Sister said, we've used the cardboard, and we've used duct tape because most everybody has this silver stuff around the house.
And it's really sticky. It lasts a nice long time.
Now let's show them how to make one, Sister. This is
Okay.
a finished one.
All righty. Friends at home, we've already started one, and Sister, will you help us finish this up?
Sure. Well, we want to show you that we cut it a little wider than the cardboard, so we had plenty of material to fold over and tape. We've done the three sides, and let's go ahead and finish this fourth. When you fold it over, you want to stretch it just a little bit so it holds it tight.
Now we folded the corners in, kind of like how you finish off a gift. Make a little triangle.
And this is where it really comes in handy to have two people, because taping and holding is a hard job for one person alone.
It is. So as Mother Goose runs it along, I'll just take my hand and right behind that, I'll begin to press it down.
And then we've got a board all finished. Let's start with the pellon. This is a material that you can find at a yardage store, and it's actually rather an interfacing, I guess, for those of folks out there who know about sewing. And it's sheer enough that you can kind of see through it. What we've done is we've taken a picture and we put the pellon over it, and I've traced it and then used markers to color it. That's one way you can do it.
When you buy the pellon, make sure that you don't get the iron-on kind.
Oh, that's important because it's got a sticky back.
And you want about medium weight. If you have the lightweight ones, what happens, Sister?
It's too lightweight and it just doesn't adhere to the felt on your flannel board.
Your pieces will actually last a lot longer if you get the medium weight Pellon.
Good point, sister. You know what I think we ought to do now, sister? I'll bet the children are done in the kitchen. Shall we get them out and they can make some things to use on the flannel boards that we've made?
Let's do that. Friends at home, our friends here have rejoined us, and before we get started on making our very own flannel pieces, I just want to say thanks for your work in the kitchen.
You're welcome.
That really helped. Well, sister, what do we have going on here?
Well, Billy's going to work on the train that we showed a little bit earlier, and he's going to make some more cars for the train.
And I see he's got some Pellon.
Yes, he does.
Okay. And what about you, Faith? What do you have?
A star.
A star, and we're using some construction paper. Okay. And what else do we have here?
A heart.
A heart, right, and we have a little felt. So what we're going to do is leave the children to their imagination. So let's just go ahead and get started. Ooh, some careful tracing. Can I hold that for you just a little bit?
Sister, I think we need to get the flannel boards out so we can show our friends at home what the children have created. And I bet it's going to take 2 of them because Billy's train's pretty long.
Well, then we'll share this other flannel board, the girls and I.
Hey, Billy, you want to put the train up?
Okay. There goes our heart. And if you'll turn it around the other
let's
way
try.
there, that's great,
Okay.
Faith.
And the other
Okay.
piece. All right.
Now you notice these are sticking just fine because we used a little sandpaper behind this one. Flannel to flannel, or actually felt to felt, stick really well. And how are you doing over there?
Well, we've just about got it. Shall we turn them around and show everybody? And there's our train. Well, sister, how about if I walk the kids home today?
Well,
Think that's okay with you?
I think that's a great idea. And kids, would you like to take the flannel boards with you?
Okay, here you go. You can carry yours, Billy.
And while you're gone, I'll do a little cleaning up.
Okay, we'll see you soon.
All right, bye-bye.
I wonder what we'll do today. Come and join them, dance and play. 𝐉𝐸𝐴𝐬𝐬𝐿 is coming this way.
Hi, I'm Terry from 𝐉𝐸𝐴𝐬𝐬𝐿, and this is Pat, and we are here to sing a song today with some kids that have joined us. We've got Dylan and Tristan and Holly and JJ and Faith and Gracie, and they're all going to join with us in a song called Get Ready to Rock. Get ready to rock. Get ready to roll. There's no time to be still. You gotta get up and go. No blustery day can get us down. We're dancing around, gonna hit the town. Life's a breeze, we got no worries. It's shooby-dooby-doo-bop, ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-bop, shooby-dooby-doo-bop, ba-doo-ba-doo night. So comb back your hair, grab your dancing shoes. We're gonna boogie, 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 no time for the blues. Get ready to rock, get ready to roll. There's no time to be still, you gotta get up and go. No blustery day can get us down. We're dancing around, gonna hit the town. Life's the breeze, we got no worries. It's shooby-dooby-doo-bop, ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-bop, shooby-dooby-doo-bop, ba-doo-ba-doo night. Come if you're striped and spotted too. You can be 3, 5, 9, or 102.
You can even bring along your cousin Lou.
Get ready to rock. Get ready to roll. There's no time to be still. You gotta get up and go. No blustery day can get us down. We're dancing around, gonna hit the town. Life's the breeze, we got no worries. Shooby-dooby-doo-bop, ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-bop, shooby-dooby-doo-bop, ba-doo-ba-doo night. guys. That was fun. What a great job.
Well, I guess we better go now, and we'll just follow the leader.
Friends at home, remember the story yesterday entitled The Mitten?
Yeah.
Well, today I've invited our friends who were with us yesterday back again. And we're going to do the story of the mitten again. And actually, that story is an old folk tale. And I'm going to read it from the old folk tale, and you'll see it's a little different from our story. And the friends here are going to help us act it out. So, girls, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Once, there was a girl named Anastasia who longed for her grandmother to make her a pair of snow-white mittens. Grandmother worried that she might lose the mittens in the snow. But being a sweet grandmother, she at last knitted the mittens for Anastasia. When the first snowfall came, Anastasia went outside to play. And sure enough, right on the edge of the forest, she lost one of her snow-white mittens, and she began to search for it. Well, while Anastasia was searching, a rabbit came upon the mitten. He was quite cold in the snow, so he got inside the mitten and was soon warm and snug. A badger came along next. He spotted the mitten and felt it would be a warm, wonderful place to sleep. He joined the mitten inside too. Soon he was warm and snug. Next, a hedgehog came by. She had spent the day looking for things to eat and decided the mitten would be a perfect place for a nap. The rabbit and the badger decided not to argue with someone with prickles. They moved over, and soon the hedgehog was snug and warm. Seeing all the commotion, an owl came to investigate. He too thought the mitten would be a lovely place to sleep. The rabbit, the badger, and the hedgehog were not so sure that they could all fit, but they did not want to argue with someone with such big talons. They moved over, and soon the owl was in the mitten, and he was warm and snug too. Now, a bear came lumbering by, and not one to be left out in the cold, she nosed her way into the mitten. The rabbit, the badger, the hedgehog, and the owl all moved over quickly, for they had no intentions of arguing with a bear. And soon the bear was also warm and snug inside the mitten. Well, along came a tiny little mouse and wiggled its way into the only place left. He too was soon warm and snug and sleeping right on top of the bear's nose. Well, the bear, tickled by the mouse's whiskers, gave a huge sneeze. The force of that sneeze sent the mitten flying high into the sky, and the animals just went scattering in all directions. Anastasia spotted the flying mitten, and there it was, snow white against the blue sky. She caught the mitten as it came down and quickly put it back on. Anastasia went home, and her grandmother was pleased to see that she had not lost her mittens in the snow. But neither one of them ever knew what an adventure that mitten had had that day. So that goes to show, friends, that folk tales can be retold in many different ways. So have fun trying to retell some of the stories that you know. And be sure to be with us again next time on Mother Goose and Friends.
Wasn't that a fun program today? We certainly learned a lot of new things.
I always do with Mother Goose. I especially enjoyed her working with changing the sounds at the end with rhymes. Yesterday we talked about phonemic awareness and how important it is for kids to begin to hear the sounds in words as a precursor to learning to read. And so today, Mother Goose was using the rhymes, those words that sound the same at the end, like back and track, and hearing those ending sounds. Yesterday, they were focused on the beginning, and it's so important to focus there first because kids find it so much easier to hear those beginning sounds, and so we want to start there and make it easy for them as we're playing these games with sounds. But then we want to move towards the ending sounds, and rhymes are a great way to do that.
And that's something that you can do with the children when they're getting ready for bed, when they're getting dressed in the morning. You can pick up objects and name it and then have them change the sound of it. And when you're setting the table, you might have them change the beginning sound of cup and say, go find me a tup, and see if they can figure out what you want, and then you can change the sound at the end too. And I thought that was such a good idea for the kids and families to make their own little flannel boards. I made some for my preschool, and we wanted miniature ones, so we mounted the flannel in a picture frame, and it kind of held it together.
What a great idea.
And then that mitten story. I have always loved the mitten story. And if you happen to have an oven mitt at home, you can have the kids find pictures of little animals and things, and they can do their own mitten story. There's lots of fun things that the kids could do, and they could put other things in the mitten as well as animals.
It's time to say goodbye.
Hope to see you soon.
All my friends